any more questions, can I just first of all bring to everybody's attention here that this is not speaking for myself, but for these four people. This is actually really, really brave, and it's exciting that you guys are so willing to talk about this in front of people. So I just want to thank you guys so very much for participating.
I'm sorry, why are you not speaking for yourself also?
Because he's a chicken.
That's exactly why. We heard several times from everybody up here about the conflict between feeling what you emotionally know should probably be called depression, and the intuition that you simply don't want to call it that. There's a lot of shame associated with being depressed or having any mental illness. Can I ask you guys to talk a little bit about that sensation of shame and how you deal with it, if you deal with it?
Well, also, I mean, for me, it was a pretty dramatic move to put it out there. I live a fairly public life as a writer online, and never talked about this stuff really at all. Never talked about it even with other than a very couple of people who are very, very close to me. It's actually been extremely liberating. I mean, the way that I've tried to deal with it is essentially to just let go of shame as much as possible, to let go of fear of judgment, to just kind of stop putting a filter on, and to say, and it was a weird, the panel before this, we were talking about kind of online lives and privacy and stuff like that, and that, we were talking a lot about how to be guarded online, and there's a lot of practical reason for that, but it's almost also running counter to the thing that I've found in the past year since starting to talk about this stuff in public, which is just this incredible sense of relief, that like, when I went out there and said, look, I'm having, and I was having financial trouble at the same time too, those are very intertwined, especially in a writer's life, which is something maybe we can talk about, but, when I went out there, I said, look, I need help, and the overwhelming response of people being supportive. I grew up, in a fairly tough neighborhood where my training mentally and emotionally was, if I go out there and I say this, it's going to make me weak, it's going to make me vulnerable to attack, it's going to make me a target, essentially. And, when what happened was the complete opposite, was like people coming to my support and, coming to my aid. It was pretty humbling, and so in the years since then, I haven't, I don't get online every day or even every month and say, here's what's going on with me now. But to know that that's available to me now, that I can say, look, well, here's what I said 6 months ago, and here's where things are at now, and I'm still pretty fucked up. And if I can, to know that I can do that, and that the response won't be like, just suck it up, what's wrong with you? It's pretty revelatory. The internet's been a big help with that, actually, in terms of reaching out to people that I never meet in person to do that. So while I understand that for a lot of writers, it's this balance between kind of trying to get yourself out there and the shame that holds you back, I've tried as hard as possible to just be like, well, fuck that, I'm just going to talk about who I am, what's hurting me right now, and if people think, think that it's all in my head or whatever they think, that then they can think that, and the people who are going to support me and care about my well-being are going to step forth. And I've been pretty rewarded by that approach so far.
It's interesting talking about when you were a kid. I'm thinking back to, I look at it now, and my wife pointed out depression things. Oh, you're right. And then I look back further. Oh, that would explain my year in Nevada. And that explains all those years of junior high school. And it explains, now several years in undergrad, and why didn't somebody tell me this 25 years ago? But 25 years ago as a kid, I look back at where some of this was coming from, being a scrawny, little, geeky, nearsighted kid, as opposed to the big, manly individual I've become. And, taking all of that crap at school, and, at that point, nobody cares. It's like, oh, just ignore them. Okay, it's hard to do from inside my locker after being locked there, but I guess it's dark. I can ignore them that. But yeah, you do it. The message was always just suck it up, tough it up. You're overreacting, you're oversensitive, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm sitting here with my father's insulin syringe saying, how much would I need to just not have to go to school anymore? And so, fast forward a little bit, trying to stay on focus. 15 years ago this year, I was diagnosed diabetic. Thanks for that, Dad. And shame was never an issue. Like, yeah, see, got an insulin pump, plugs into my belly because my pancreas doesn't work. I have never been remotely shy about checking my blood sugar right in the middle of the panel. When I was taking injections, I just, time to eat, okay, don't mind me. Because, yeah, it was a physical health ailment. It was something that needed to be treated with medication, and some changes to diet. Exercise was helpful, but you cannot will your pancreas to start functioning again. I've tried. It doesn't work. So then you fast forward and, okay, now I have an equally real chemical thing going on in a different organ. Why is this different?
But doesn't it feel different?
It feels totally different. And, I have a psych degree. I was a crisis counselor. Anybody else who comes to me with depression, I can tell you that. No, this is real. This is not something you need to be ashamed of. And anybody who tells you otherwise, just, forget that. But then it's you.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that early indoctrination just crashes back in. It's like, okay, it is fine for everybody else on the panel, because these are 4 very strong people who are dealing with something that, this is chemical. You cannot will yourself out of that. But man, I just wish I could have been a little stronger and toughed it out. It's this double standard that I think we learn it from day one. That, it's all in your head, so you should be able to just fix it yourself.
You can make the argument that because you're here, you were stronger and tough it out.
I would have preferred to save that strength for some other things. I would have preferred not to take that out on my wife and my children the way I did. Would have preferred not to scare the crap out of my parents when they finally, just in the past year or 2, as I've been blogging about some of this, when they finally realized how bad it had gotten. Yeah, I will claim some strength, but not because of this. It's more, okay, now all the strength has to go into getting up in the morning, when it could be used for fighting harder to get my autistic son more of the services he needs. Yeah, so those people who say that, screw them too.
I wasn't trying to